Okay.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the movie that we saw yesterday, Batman v Robin, featuring the Court of Owls?
Okay, so we've been on this journey through the DC universe, and I want to say that last night's movie, it was pretty good. Definitely, we saw a different side of Batman that we haven't seen before.
I think he was very vulnerable in this movie, hasn't he? Like, he got hit a lot.
Not just vulnerable, like physically, but also emotionally, because he kind of like accepted all this time. He really hasn't called Damian his son all too often. It was more like just Damian was like someone that was just like extra in his life that he had to take care of. But you can tell in this movie he was more accepting that Damian was actually his son, and that he does have issues because Batman hasn't been that very good of a dad.
I think this movie humanized Batman in so many ways. Like, imagine
Yeah.
you're a rich guy, like this rich playboy, and all of a sudden you got a 10-year-old in your life. Like,
Also, just remember that in the clip, whenever we see is that Batman always suspected that the Court of Owls were responsible for his parents' death. So then, knowing that the Court of Owls actually existed, I think that solidified for him a lot of things that he realized. He's not just the only guy in the city that's trying to do other things.
yeah, this secret society, the Court of Owls, it's an amazing concept.
Yeah, it's super good. It's essentially like the Illuminati in the year 2018, if we were to compare, because it's just like a group of rich people that don't reveal their identities. They're generally anonymous, and they're responsible for a lot of bad things that happen in the world. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Illuminati. I think it's kind of like pop culture garbage. But I mean, it's essentially the Court of Owls.
Something I gotta say that I didn't like about this movie is it's a pattern between in these movies, these Batman movies, is that it's way too much focus on Damian. Have you noticed that? Like, Damian is getting too much screen time. Like, I feel like the first movie, Son of Batman, okay, has to be more about Damian, obviously, but this one was pretty focused on Damian, and I think the next one is gonna be the same thing. So
I know that you've seen them all, so I know that you already know that the next one is about Damien. But for me, Damien's just a kid who, I don't know. If you were to ask me in this movie, I would have said he's helpless. There's nothing more we can do for him. Just fucking send him out into the streets. Because I'm a little bit tired of him.
he's a piece of shit.
I'm a little bit
in
tired
other
of Damien.
words.
And I'm a little bit tired of, like, the fact that he's the one causing all the problems. Because all he was trying to do was just stir up nonsense in this movie. I mean, I understand. He doesn't make a very good Robin, because Robin is generally, like, with the same values as Batman. So, I mean, it doesn't really make sense if the values of Robin are just, like, to mercilessly kill everyone you find.
Okay, my last question. What do you think about Talon, the main villain of this movie? Do you think he was a good villain?
Listen, I went to sleep last night because, I'm a big fan of these movies and thinking about them in my free time. I went to sleep last night thinking that Talon was so underdeveloped, we literally knew nothing about him. Nothing. All we knew was that he was poor, he was in the Court of Owls, and he was just banging the Grandmaster. He was super undeveloped. Like, I didn't know his name, I didn't know anything about him, how he got to that position, what drives him, what motivates him, and then in the end, he slaughters everyone. So it's like, and then he said he did it all for Robin. He was super underdeveloped. I feel like they just threw a lot of stuff in at the end to have some good fight scenes, and that was about it.
Yeah, he did it all for Robin, but then he wanted to, like, just
And he killed himself.
kill Robin. Yeah, what the hell? That finish was weird. But I think the reason he did that is because he wanted to show Robin that, hey, you can kill people.
Listen,
It's fine.
he wanted Robin to be equally as like how do I say, like, corrupt as he was.
Yeah, like, he saw Robin as his
like
own.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, like,
they were just two people who grew up the wrong way from the wrong side. That was his general thought process of Robin. But little did he know that Robin was already being, like, molded by Batman. And Bruce's ideals are, like, good ideals. So when Batman was like, injustice, not vengeance, or whatever he was saying, so he was pretty much like speaking a mantra from Batman that only worked for him and Batman. And the other guy was like, take it from your gut to kill.
So listen, at the end of the day, the movie was good. The Court of Owls was underused. I feel that it should have been a whole movie about the Court of Owls, maybe even a part 1 and part 2, like the comic book was. But yeah, how would you rate this movie out of 10?
Okay, we're like,
compared to all the other
we're
movies
like
that
on
you've seen
movie
so far.
5 right now of our DC journey.
Okay, now we did Flashpoint. We did
Flashpoint.
Justice League War. We did Son of Batman. We did and Throne of
Suicide-
Atlantis.
And we also did Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay, but that
Yeah.
wasn't in chronological order. That was just because it was
Exactly.
brand new. So we are, in fact, on movie 5. So I would definitely say, I don't know. I'm tired of Damien. I hope the next one, which is called Bad Blood, I know that Damien's going to be in it. I'm really, really tired of Damien, but I would definitely rate this movie out of 10. 10 being amazing, 1 being complete garbage. This movie's like an 8. It was pretty good. I really like
That's
Batman.
a high number.
I really like
But
Batman.
I really like the movie. I really like the Batman movies. I'm gonna rate it a little bit. I think an 8.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I
Either
like-
8 or a 7.5. But I gotta say, so far the movie that I enjoyed the most at this point in the chronological order, it's been I gotta say Flashpoint for me.
No, I gotta say the Son of Batman.
Okay.
I like meeting Damien. I like seeing that Batman was once freaky with someone, you know, because he pretty much wears a fucking suit all day long. So I like to see him nude. Also,
Listen, the only thing I enjoy about the movie is Talia. And what about those bad boys?
listen. I want to say that these movies are super, super good. The Batman one is definitely the Batman like aspect of these movies is the most easy to understand because and if you've ever watched any superhero movie and you don't know about Batman, like you literally been living under a rock for like the past 150 years. So like it's really difficult to understand Suicide Squad unless you know about Suicide Squad. Batman, you can just jump in and know, hey, this is the Batman. His parents were killed. Like he fights like this, and that's the end of it.
I think you're just very excited because you're new to this new Batman universe of cartoons. But, yep, that's Batman for us. That was Batman v Robin, featuring the Coral Owls. Overall, an 8 out of 10 for both of us. And, yep, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go before because Candace is becoming the Cleveland of this podcast. So, goodbye.